Let's go.
Yo, yo, what's up, guys? Welcome to our weekly AMA. Today we started on a Thursday, so obviously a little inconsistent for the past few times, and I apologize for that in advance. It's just our our workload is a little all over the place, and we're just trying to balance and we're trying to juggle a few things around here and there. So it's a good thing. Let me put it that way. It's a good thing. We have a couple of things that we're cooking up, a lot of nice little extras that we've got coming your way in terms of development, in terms of just everything crypto, right? So I'm excited to announce today that we're going to release season 4 of our Warzone. It's going to be based around Cyberia, as many of you know. This season is going to be an entire year long, so it's going to go live today. We're actually working on getting it live right now. Uh, I'm hopping in and out of this AMA back into a team call here, and back and forth just so I can, work with the team to get this live. But it's going to be 365 days exactly from the day and time it launches, right? So it is almost 4 p.m. PST right now. If it launches at 5 p.m. PST on January 25th, 2024, which is today, then it will conclude and finish at 5 p.m. PST on January 25th, 2025. So just to be clear, it's going to be exactly 1 year long. And I've been getting a lot of questions on the rewards and how the reward system is going to work, considering that it's a year-long season instead of like a multi-quarter season that we used to do. And the answer to that is we always supply the same amount of tokens to the treasury for the war zone, and the war zone is pretty much it distributes the tokens that we supply in that percentage to the people that actually participate in the war zone. So we're going to supply the same percentage, and the reason why we are supplying the same percentage is obviously because there's a lot of math that goes into this, and we have to account for sustainability, and we want to be able to do this for a very, very long time. And in order to do that, we have to be very, very strict, and we can't eat as much as we'd want to. We can't go ahead and pass our boundaries. And the reason why we don't want to pass our boundaries by continuously keep increasing the rewards is because we want to be able to do this for a very long time. And obviously, we're not in the business of minting new tokens. But as you guys know, we have new things that we always continuously add to the war zone. So expect new tokens to be added into the future. Expect gold to become part of the ecosystem here in the future. It won't be included immediately currently, but expect it to be included in the future. Also included with many other cool new features and cool new tokens and cool new types of liquidity that you guys will be able to participate in the future of Warzone. So why are we doing it a year long, you may ask? So it's definitely going to be a question that a lot of people are going to have. We think that it's easier to have a year long season in a sense, for at least this time around. Reason being is, firstly, people won't have to go in and out as often. So kind of like reduces a lot of the unnecessary extra gas that people have to pay. And that gives us pretty much an entire year to be able to work on and develop the next stage of what the war zone is going to be. And excuse me, what the war zone is going to be is going to end up in the perfect world becoming a gas free, I want to call gas free, because it's not going to be gas free, but it's going to be on a layer 3 that requires little to no gas. That's what we're working on bringing to Warzone in the future. This gives us ample time to be able to work on that, perfect it, and be able to introduce it to the ecosystem. Ideally, we want to make it in a way where people wouldn't even have to ever take their troops out of the war zone, and they would continuously keep bringing in the rewards as time goes on, right? So it just makes more sense for us to be able to give ourselves a lot of time in terms of a year to be able to work on that. So for season 5, we'll have everything in order and not be going back and forth and having people pay unnecessary tax or not tax, but gas, because obviously the way that crypto is right now, I personally expect the market to continuously grow. I expect ETH to go higher and higher over the course of time, and obviously those gas fees will get expensive on the ETH chain. So we're working on getting a alternative in order for that. So extremely bullish on that end. And like I said in the message that I pinned, be prepared for new exciting activities and things that we're going to be introducing this year around for the Warzone as well. By the way, we did go ahead and stick to our word with all of the new Shiba armies that were minted. So any Shiba army that was minted within the last, I want to say like 3.5, 4 weeks or so, something like that, they are going to get a 1.5x multiplier for pretty much all of their Warzone rewards. Obviously, the dogium extractor is going to be getting a 1.69 like last season, and there may be a few other ones that we introduced this season as well. Like we're looking into the golden fur. Maybe that's one that we kind of tinker with. But anyway, what this season is going to be is it's going to be a bit dynamic, and we're going to be introducing some challenges, some cool new interactive things, and it's going to be extremely, extremely fun. And also, like I said, it's important for us to do an entire year this time around because we're working on something big, and we don't want to, have like a lull in the middle of the season, and then season 4 ends in, for example, like I don't know, let's say April or May or something like that, and then everybody is impatiently waiting for season 5, and we say, hey guys, oh by the way, you have to wait like a couple of months because we're working on the back end of everything, and you guys miss out on all those rewards over the months that we're working. So we didn't want that to happen, which is why an entire year is extremely bullish in my eyes. And in terms of other developments, I am going to let you guys know right now, like there are, I want to say 2 big things that we're working on in the sense of what we're going to be bringing to the table for the whole ecosystem. I can't say really what it is right now, but I'm hoping to be able to announce it within the next 2 weeks, I want to say. But we got some big things coming. We got some cool things coming. And by the way, for anybody who doesn't know, obviously the ETF for Bitcoin was approved, right? So that's a great thing. And for anybody that doesn't know, there's one for ETH that still is to come. And obviously, Bitcoin being approved, that kind of like in my head makes me think 100% that the Ethereum one is going to be approved as well. So keep that in mind, guys. Look, BlackRock, who else is there? Like all of these hedge funds, right? None of these guys are in the business of losing money. None of them. They are not in the business of losing money. They're in the business of making money. That's the business that they are in. And no matter what dip you see, no matter what fluctuation you see, whatever you see right now in the short term, do not let it scare you, right? We're currently in a stage where now a lot of these guys with billions and billions and billions of dollars are they're going to be manipulating the charts to be able to allocate more position and gain more market control and be able to obviously kind of allocate a bigger, larger position of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dogecoin, Solana, whatever, right? All of these things that they're interested in, they're going to spend the next year, 6 months to a year, building a massive portfolio of. So if you see dips, don't get scared. Like these guys, like I said, they are not in the business of losing money. So everything that's happening right now or that will happen in the future that you'll be like, oh shit, like what's going on? Oh, that's kind of scary. Just remember, it's all part of what these guys are doing. And just remember what the future of crypto is and what the future of crypto can um, become. So keep that in mind. But with that being said, guys, like if anybody has any questions based on what the upcoming season has or what we've been up to or anything, feel free to come up, feel free to ask. I don't want to beat around the bush too much and kind of like give you guys all this edging suspenseful stuff. I want to be straight up. So if anybody has any questions, feel free to shoot.
So, Leo, all three NFTs will receive the same rewards as last season, right?
Correct.
What about the ShibaDoge? Didn't he receive burn as well, or he received burn, right?
So anything that pretty much happened last season in terms of rewards and what tokens got allocated and what rewards were given have not been changed, right? So everything that you've seen in season 3 will carry over to season 4. It just the only difference is instead of it being 120 days or whatever this last season was, it will now be 365 days. So your daily rewards will go down, right? But the entirety of the season will give you, so if you got 1 million tokens in season 3, you will get 1 million tokens in season 4 if nothing has changed and you deploy the same amount of troops, right? Yeah. But like I said, the only added stuff is there are some multipliers, obviously with the dogium extractor. There'll be multipliers on any future Shiba armies that are deployed in there, and then there'll be more interactive stuff that we add in the future as well. So obviously, just keep your eyes open for announcements on that.
So you said like gold token, other stuff will be added in the future someday down the line. So how would they be added without you having to withdraw them?
That I don't have the answer to. That I don't know. Yeah, that I don't know. So that's something that will be answered when the time comes and when we actually start getting to that. So I don't want to put the cart ahead of the horse and say yes or no. But but we do know that Warzone will 100% be expanded to a bigger feature in the future because excuse me. The NFT market, people are sleeping on it right now. But very recently, we realized that, well, I even said it on here before, like, I think this year, NFTs are going to have a nice big push. And I mean, like, you could see it happening on certain projects right now. Like, I've been doing a little bit of market research on the NFT side of things over the past, like, week or two. And it's extremely under the radar right now. Like people are not paying too much attention to it because obviously there's all this Bitcoin news, all the Ethereum news, all of the whatever else is in the news that people are interested in, but they're not looking at what's happening in the NFT market. And the NFT market is actually doing something that is going to be big, and in the sense of being big is like these dynamic NFTs that we've introduced, like that is going to become a massive opportunity for us to have a big share in the next wave of this NFT cycle. So I'm excited for that, and it's all speculation, right? Like this is just what I think is going to happen, but we're preparing ourselves for it because it's better to be prepared rather than have to play catch up when the time comes.
Makes sense, bro. Makes sense. I think when it like some people like thinking, okay, like we're receiving less tokens now But to be honest, I don't. I got a lot of NFTs myself. I don't mind, bro. Like, at the end of the day, you guys have to keep it sustainable. At the same time, the project needs to survive. And I know when the bull run comes and everything takes off, man, you guys are gonna go out your way to make sure that you guys give extra rewards or whatever. Because I've seen you do it before, man. I've seen it in the last when we had the last run. You guys bloody were spending like crazy. So I know you guys are careful when you need to be, and you splash out when you need to. You time everything right. So I'm not
Yeah,
worried at
yeah,
all,
for
bro.
sure. So here, let me put it in this perspective. It is not our goal to give more rewards. It's our goal to be able to make the rewards more valuable, right?
Hmm.
Would you rather have more rewards, or would you rather have more value of the rewards that you're getting, right? So that's the
Hmm.
mindset that we're going to be rolling in over here. Like, look at Bitcoin, look at Helium, look at any of the mineable tokens that people can interact with. They start off at a certain level, and then after a certain time of people mining them and interacting with them and being able to allocate more, there's a halving, there's a bit rate reduction, there's like all of this stuff where they lower the amount of tokens that people receive. But what is the opposite of that is, the rewards become more valuable, right? Like Bitcoin is now worth
Hmm.
40K, where back when people started mining it, they were getting probably 2 or 3 or 4 Bitcoin a day, but it was only worth like less than $1. So there's that approach to it as well. Now, I'm not saying we're reducing rewards. That's not what we're doing. We're just giving the same amount of rewards that we did last season. But our mindset moving forward is going to be, how can we increase the value of the rewards that people are currently getting? And that's where that's where the butter is, right? That's where the sauce is, and
Hmm.
um, that's the goal, man.
Yeah, bro, makes sense. Anyone else want to ask anything? Just come up. Anybody? Think
And
there's
by the way,
only.
guys, look, like
Mm.
I'm gonna be straight up with you guys. The market right now is in a funny place, and what I mean by funny place is it's I don't know. This is the first time we've been in a market like this, right? Where it's recovered from it being the most extremely bearish market that we've ever been into a completely bull market. Boom, at the snap of a finger, and then you have like all of this news about the mass adoption from these multi-billion-dollar companies. Like, this has never happened before. So there's a lot of adjusting and a lot of being able to like realize what's going on, and trying to kind of predict and speculate on what the future is going to what the market is going to want from the future of our space, right? So right now what we're doing is we're brainstorming, what we're building, and we're kind of working on some of the things that we think will succeed um, in this future market, right? Like some of the features, some of the utilities, and some of the like projects and things that will thrive in this new funny market, I want to call it, right? So um, we've never been in this market before. This is a first for everybody in this space, and it's all about being able to kind of adjust and kind of work through the hurdles. And uh, like I said, it's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting, and we've got the team to do it. We've got the resources to do it. We've obviously got the community to do it, and most importantly, we've got the tech to do it. We've built some pretty cool shit over the past 2 years, and now is the time to kind of like monetize on it, be able to bring it to market, white label stuff, repurpose a lot of the things that we like. Like, think about, I was thinking about it the other day, like Warzone, the tech behind Warzone could be repurposed for so many other things as well. Like, it could be used for mining. It could be used for different types of rewards. It could be used for different types of SKUs. It could be used for a multiple magnitude of things. Same as the technology in the burn cards, right? The burn card technology can be used to bring more liquidity backed NFTs to the market that just don't exist right now. Like people don't do them. We can have a line of liquidity backed NFTs that people can get into and bring new audience of people, be able to expand on that, white label that, bring more attention, more value to the ShibaDoge Labs ecosystem. So this year we're going to be really analyzing the tech and all the utility that we've got, even though it's kind of like under the radar and not too many people outside of our community know about it right now. One of our main goals for the year is to make this tech more accessible to all of the users in crypto, and show the value of truly show the value of what we've built. Because right now, our tech is kind of like proprietary to our own projects, right? But when we kind of like show the tech off to other projects and show them how this technology can help in a variety of different ways for development in Web3, that's when you get a lot more attention, and then that's when we can actually spend a lot more time developing new cool tech as well, and making the tech that we currently have even better. And I think that that's going to bring a lot of value in terms of transparency with the open market, where people are going to be like, yo, like, where did this meme coin community come out of, and drop all of this like crazy technology that we're going to be able to use to better the Web3 space. So that's going to be one of the main focuses of the year.
Sounds good, bro. Sounds good. Just seeing if anyone wants to speak. Anyone wants to speak? Come up. You can come up, guys. Just unmute and speak if you got a question. You have loads of questions in the chat, guys. So let's go, man. Let's ask the questions.
Oh, I'm not even looking at the chat. I'm just pacing around my room.
Oh well. So,
for ShibaDoge, okay. So for ShibaDoge, do we have to withdraw? That's a question that I'm reading. For sure, SD gets back to 20 mil market cap, then rewards Forex, blah, 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 blah. Okay. I'm not saying that, somebody else is, just for the record. But yeah, saying for ShibaDoge, do we have to withdraw? I believe, yes, you are going to have to withdraw everything out of the previous season or seasons and move it to the current season 4 contract. So yeah, that's going to have to happen. And by the way, guys, this is another question that I'm going to have for people here in the future. I'm not going to make a decision on this right now or tomorrow or next week or anything like that, but I'm going to sit down and look at all the tokens that are in season 1, that are still in season 2, and eventually that are still in season 3. And then we're going to have to at one point make a decision on like, what are we going to do with those, right? Like, do we want to keep those in there forever? Or do we want to kind of like put a 6-month, like, or whatever amount of months or weeks or whatever time limit on people and be like, yo, like, go claim that, or we're going to kind of like allocate that to a different season. It's like, we don't want it to just sit there and not do anything. So just, that's another question. Like I said, it's just something that came up in my head, and obviously, I never want to leave people hanging or anything like that, but it's been 2 years almost. So it's like, you kind of have to make a decision on that at this point. So, I mean, we'll talk about that a little bit more here in the future, and in probably a week or two, we'll talk a little bit more about it. But there's a pretty significant amount of tokens I know that are still in just season 1, right? So it's like, those could definitely be put to use for this season or future seasons as well. So July says put a time limit. If they do not, then allocate to other seasons. Yeah, that's what I think too. I think it's probably best to like just be transparent and let people know. It's like, yo, like, go take your shit out. Like, don't leave it in there forever. I mean, you could, but I mean, what's the point?
yeah,
Coda
exactly.
says Coda says, any update on the whip still not showing up on the ShibaDoge NFTs? Good question, Coda. That is also something that we are working on right now. So the whip metadata is not batching correctly, and that is based on the metadata provider that we use. That's not a us problem. That's something on the metadata provider side of things. And our tech guy, our main tech guy, he actually made a support ticket with them, and he's working with them right now to get that resolved. So that will be resolved as soon as possible. So nothing is wrong with the NFT. It is just a metadata refresh issue and a upload issue that happened from the metadata provider to the NFT itself. So it's just something that we gotta work with those guys to be able to fix. So that'll be updated and fixed fairly quickly. We thought it was something that was an issue on our end, so we kind of like tinkered with it, mixed things up, and realized it's not something that has to do with our website or anything like that. So just wanted to clear that up. It will be fixed as soon as those guys decide to run their updates. But we did make a ticket with them.
On Dex tools for gold, we've got an alert. It says alert for scam risk detected. What do you think is going on there, bro?
Where does it say that?
On Dex
Hold on,
tools.
let me check.
If you go to the actual.
Okay, I'm on the page for it right now. Where do you see that?
So if you click on, well, are you on PC?
Yep, I'm on the PC right now.
So on the top right, under the price, it says audit for, and it's got a red.
Oh yeah, okay.
If you click on
scam,
that,
okay, on quick intel it says that, right? Yeah, I see it right now.
Yeah. So like,
what the fuck?
It's bringing it up, like it's giving everyone an alert in red, basically telling them it's a scam risk.
Okay, but what is it making that, like, how does it make that decision? Like, I'm just trying to figure out.
Okay, I'm just clicking the question. It says
because nothing has changed in the contract for it to like say that now and not have said it later before.
Yeah.
Okay, here I'm reading into it. Contains potential code used in known scams. Potential hidden rug/scam in contract. Assess contract code. Exact view of alerted code is available to QKNTL holders. So whatever this QKNTL project is, probably forked this project that we've got, and then they probably rugged. So our code probably got put into their database or something, is what I'm assuming. So
probably something stupid.
That's the only thing I could think of. But okay, this is now another thing that we got to put on our list of things to do.
Yeah.
So I'll contact them. Yeah, because that's fucked up.
Yeah, exactly, man. That's like that's like what? Of all the flipping tokens, bro, they put us as a scam risk. Like, we're the most legit tokens out here, bro. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, that's kind of weird. So actually, no, this QKNTL project is the quick intel token, so that has nothing to do with that. So I don't know exactly what's causing these guys to flag this, but I'm pretty sure I can contact them, and that is they have a Telegram and a Discord here, so I'll go ahead and talk to them and see what the hell the problem is there.
Sorted. See, man. So, anyone want to say anything, guys? If you don't, I'll carry on. Anybody? No? I guess they just want to listen today. So is there any kind of marketing happening? Any plans for anything regarding marketing?
Just be patient. Give me 2 to 3 weeks. Like I said, there's something in the pipeline that we're working on, and I'm not going to talk about it today. I'm not going to talk about it until it's ready. But just in terms of marketing, in terms of like anything like development wise, just like I said, give me 2 to 3 weeks, and we're gonna have some news for you guys.
Sorted. Yeah, man. Everything's going good, anyways. In my opinion, you know.
Everything is going good, man. Everything is going real good, and I'm just excited about the whole like ETF for ETH as well. Is it ETF or EFT? Like I always mix the two up.
ETF.
I think it's EFT, right? Or ETF?
Yeah.
Yeah, ETF. Okay.
Yeah, I
That's
mean
gonna be big
that's
for
in
ETH, man.
bullish. That's bullish.
Yeah.
ETF for ETH. That's bullish. Yeah, man. So Top Secret came in yesterday and he was like talking to me and he's like he thinks his Bitcoin's gonna take a dump and the ETF was some inside job. I don't know what are you saying, man. Like he should be here right now, bro. I'm telling you, I was like, oh, bro. All I know, bro, crypto's gonna
Yeah.
go up. I don't give a shit what anyone says, man. I don't care if they say, like, you're gonna hear all kinds of crap, bro. But at the end of the day, Bitcoin and Ethereum, they're all gonna shoot up, man. They're all gonna go up. They're gonna go
Bro,
parallel.
like I said, don't take it from me. Take it from these billion-dollar organizations and companies that, like I said, are not in the business of losing money. Like they're
Yeah.
not going to lose money. These guys will not allow that to happen. Right? Like they're not going to just sit down and be like, "Hey, let's go ahead and lose $10 billion this year." No, that's not what they say. They
Mm-hmm.
sit down and say like, "Hey, how are we going to make $10 billion this year?" And they have the money and the all of the sources and resources to be able to manipulate this market however the hell they want. So, it's just
Yep.
a matter of time, man.
I heard the U.S. filed they were going to sell what is it, 130 million or something of Bitcoin. They just filed, so the Bitcoin probably might drop a little bit, right, if they sell that.
I mean, look, man. There's a grand scheme behind everything that happens over here.
Yeah.
There is so much insider trading between these organizations and governments, and there's so much money that happens to get lost in transaction fees for high political figures, and people make a $500 million deal, and then from that $500 million deal, there's like 30, 40 people that get a massive commission off of it. So a lot of these decisions are not based just on like, hey, it's a bearish decision for the U.S. to sell $130 million worth of Bitcoin. The decision is solely probably based because the guy in charge of making that decision is going to fucking take a 6% commission or a 6% cut off of making that transaction happen. So always look at things with that perspective and that point of view as well, because when it comes to hundreds of millions of dollars and somebody making 1 or 2% or even 0.5% of that because of making the decision of that transaction happen, whether it's going to impact the market in a good or bad way, they're always 100% of the time almost going to make that decision, because that's a significant amount of money that these politicians, lawmakers, whatever they are going to be able to pocket. So that's how I look at it when big transactions and big deals like that are made through government agencies or through hedge funds or through companies. I don't look at it in the bearish way. I look at it in the way where it's like, all right, this guy had the opportunity to make that decision and make some massive money, and he did it. And guess what? He created a market dip, and guess who benefits the most out of those market dips? Is these hedge funds that go ahead and scoop up the stuff that those guys sold on the cheap. So it's like I said, man, there's going to be a lot of market manipulation, especially now that there is all these hedge funds involved, and it's just it's going to be a weird year until things get a little more dialed in, and that's just how it is, man. That's how it's going to be. And don't get scared, man. Like I said, these guys are not in the business of losing money. I just can't in any world see crypto going backwards rather than going forward, right? It's just now that it's the future of money is what these people are calling it, and what we've been calling it forever. It's just now it's validated, and what happens when billion-dollar organizations can manipulate something for their own profit? They're going to do it, and guess what? It just sucks for the retail guys. It sucks for people like us, but they don't care about people like us, man. They just care about what they're going to report on their balance sheets at the end of the year. So that's all it is.
It's crazy, bro. Something's gonna happen soon, man. It's been quiet for too long, so I think something's coming this year or next year. We're gonna get some kind of run, bro.
Yeah, man. I mean, like, zoom out, bro. Like, zoom out a little bit. There's just a correction. But if you look 3 months ago or 6 months ago, like, what was the price of ETH? What was the price of Bitcoin?
Yep.
It's currently up like 80, 70% from what it was back, 3, 4, 5 months ago. So, I mean, don't let a correction scare you guys off. Don't let, like, all of the FUD that people put in the news and all that, like, someone's getting paid to put that out there, right? Like, everything that you see is something that somebody got paid to do. And you always have to think about it that way, because in this world, in this age, I want to say, actually, not in this world, but in this age, people make money by generating clicks, right? These media companies. Yeah. And guess what attracts the most clicks? Negative news, even if it's not true, right? Even if it's like been spun off in such a way where it's completely out of context, doesn't make any sense. It's just like the guy who's writing it is completely wrong about it, but he has one factual statement in there, so he's like going based off of that, and everything else is all bullshit. And it's just a negative article. Guess what? That article attracts 300% more attention than a positive article showing what kind of progress the crypto market or any type of market made on that current day. So don't let people FUD you, man. Don't let people scare you out of your bags or anything like that.
Yeah, exactly, bro. I get so many people sending me all kinds of articles in my DMs, bro. Like, yo, this is happening and that's happening. I'm like, man, like, I'm not reading any of that. I'm not even bothered, man. I know what's gonna happen. Bitcoin, Ethereum, the bull run's gonna come, and it's gonna be massive. Everyone's gonna think that there's something wrong, and they're not gonna buy. They're gonna be scared because they're reading all these fake articles, right? And it's saying crypto's gonna die and all that shit. But in reality, it's just flooding them, man. It's flooding them. It's stopping them from buying at the time at a time where they should be buying. When Bitcoin was at 15K, people were saying it's gonna flip and die, bro. Like, people were not buying it, because they were scared.
Exactly.
And then what
it's all
happened?
the emotional stuff, man. Exactly.
What was ETH at, bro? ETH was at what? 800 or something? $900?
Bro, ETH dropped to 800. I have a screenshot of ETH at $888. I had to take that screenshot, by the way. We have the 888-year plan. So when ETH hit $888, I was looking at it. I took a screenshot of it, and I actually put that as my wallpaper for like 2 days on my phone. So it's pretty funny.
Yeah, exactly, bro. What were people saying? They were saying it's gonna drop to like flipping $100 or something.
Yeah, man. And I mean, look, very well at that point, I can't even say the word capitulation. I don't know exactly how it's said, but anything can happen when shit like that happens, right? Like, that's a scary moment. Like, you've seen that happen in stocks. We saw it happen in crypto very recently. it's kind of like the nuclear button where it's like they press it and then everybody in the world is shitting their pants and selling. So
Yeah.
guess who made the most money on that is the people who were like, okay, I know exactly what's going on here, and I'm not going to be part of all the sheep that do the same thing. I'm just going to be the wolf that goes ahead and buys this dip. So anybody who bought that dip is 100% not complaining right now. They're like, holy shit, like that was the opportunity of a lifetime. But then again, for a lot of people, it's like, they're lining up in front of the fucking court to file bankruptcy because they got scared out of their bags and they sold and lost all that money. So,
Yep.
you never lose money until you sell. Like, don't forget that, guys. No matter what your portfolio's at, it's you don't realistically ever really lose until you sell. And I mean, that's just kind of like how that works, right? So it's like, yeah, you lose unrealized, but once it's realized, it's a different story.
Exactly, bro. Like the way I see, even me buying gold, ShibaDoge burn, bro. Like when Ethereum takes off, all three of the tokens are gonna X without anyone even buying the flipping token, bro. Like just by Ethereum going up, it'll start doing whatever 10x or whatever it's
Yeah,
gonna do. You know. So
exactly. I mean, just that alone, yeah, man. Just that alone is like, you're not holding just a token. If you're holding an ERC token, whether it's our token or any ERC token or whatever, and it's backed with a decent amount of liquidity and paired with ETH, you're pretty much holding ETH, right? You're
yeah,
pretty much
yeah,
holding a more volatile. You're holding a more volatile version of ETH. So, that's one way of looking at it for sure.
yeah. Let's see, bro. Like if it's a good project with a good team, bro, like ShibaDoge, bro, like you just gotta, in my opinion, you just hold it, man. You just hold it until that bull run comes, the actual bull run, you know. And Ethereum's gonna go up. If you believe Ethereum's gonna go up, then ShibaDoge ecosystem is all wrapped with Ethereum, so it will go up as well when each takes off. And then you got, the team are going to be doing a lot of more things, like putting a lot more effort, money, whatever into it as the market picks up. And that where is that going to take it? A project, our projects here been here for 2 years, man. Like 2 years. Like you think a project that's been here for 2 years, when the bull run comes, it's not going to be somewhere where people are going to want to put their money in, or they're going to just put it into the new degen tokens that just come out. I don't think that's going to happen at that time because the gas will be so high, right, at that stage, that people are going to be careful where they're putting their money into because they understand that if I buy $100 of this, I'm going to have to pay $400 in gas, you know?
Yeah, but let's be realistic. Like, if people know they're going to make money off of it, then it doesn't matter how much they're going to pay in gas, or it doesn't matter how much they're going to pay in anything. If they are convinced that they are making the right decision and that they're going to profit off of it, it doesn't matter what the gas fees are. It doesn't matter what any fee is. Like, people are going to pay that fee because that's just how it works. Like
Yeah.
if I am confident in something, nothing is going to get in my way. Like, if I could do it and the fee is high or whatever, I'm just going to look at it and be like, you know what, I guess that's just the price of entry, man. Like, who cares? Like, I'm just going to go ahead and take the risk and do it. Like, that's how I am personally. And I know there's a shit ton of people like me out there, but then there's also the people like who will look at it and they'll be like, oh, I really want to do it, but I just can't justify the gas, I just can't justify the tax, I can't justify whatever, and then they'll pass up on it. But guess what, those are the people that check the chart every single day and kind of like pinch themselves and be like, damn, like I shouldn't have been a cheap little bastard.
Yeah, but like right now, every day there's shitloads of tokens launching, right? And everyone's jumping into everything because the gas is what, 10 gwei, 15 gwei right now, and
Yeah, but
obviously
but
they're going.
I'm happy that people are jumping into everything, man.
Yeah.
So the reason why I'm happy about that is because this market at a certain point last year hit its lowest volume threshold that it ever has had in pretty much ever since it became popular, right?
Right.
So there was nobody buying anything, man, for a very long time. Now it doesn't matter like what they're buying. The only thing that I'm happy to see is that they're back buying DEX tokens, ERC20 tokens, and that
Yeah.
creates more opportunity for us to be able to penetrate a bigger audience when we actually do our. Like, look, bro, we spent all of last year spending all of this time, money, effort into marketing to a market that wasn't buying anything, right? Whether it was our
Yeah.
token or whether it was like they were buying shit. The only thing that they ended up buying was Pepe, right? And maybe another one project I just can't remember off the top of my head, but mainly just Pepe, and that kind of like brought a little bit of light into the DEX space. And then after Pepe, like all of this whole Bitcoin stuff happened, and then now we're in the position where we're at right now. So I don't even know if that really counts, but last year there was nothing going on, bro. Like we did burn a lot of money on marketing and development and stuff and introducing it last year, where now that I'm looking backwards, like fuck, we should have just waited till now to spend all that money and spend all that stuff. But how
Yeah.
could you ever know? You just can't know. And I never regret anything, man. Like the only thing in my life that I regret, the only things in my life that I regret are the things that I didn't do, not the things that I did.
Yeah.
So it's like we did it, we tried it, it was a horrible time in the market, and we didn't see results, and that's it's just how it is sometimes. But the tables have turned now. We're in a better place than we've been in a very, very long time in terms of the market, and now is our time to strike. So we're cooking
Bro.
up some heat.
Bro, we're still here, man. We're still here after 2 years, bro. We're still here. That alone is like a flipping achievement on its own, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like we are, yeah, nothing's changed, bro. In the sense that I'm still here, you're here, like the team's all here. Majority of the community members that were around at that time, I see them still here right now. I'm looking in the chat. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, bro, like nothing. Like most of the projects are gone. They're dead. They're not talking about building, bro. They couldn't even survive what happened. And you're here still building, giving, bringing out a war zone, doing all these developments throughout the years, 2 years, which is costing a shitload of money, of course. I know you guys spending a shitloads of money on a monthly basis on all the staff and everything else that you guys are paying out. You guys are it's sustaining, man. We're here, bro, and that's what I'm saying. Like, that alone is a great achievement, and we're not going
For sure,
nowhere,
man.
you know.
For sure. And look, bro, you guys have to understand the way that we look at this entire ecosystem that we've built. Other than everything that we've built and the morals around it and all of that, there's the business side of things, right? At the end of the day, like there's always a business side of things, and everybody needs to understand that there are people that eat because of the things that we do, that we provide jobs to people. We have people on payroll, we have developers, we have all types of people that feed their families from the things that we do. And just like Blackrock and just like all these other guys I was talking about in the past, we are also not in the business of losing money. Like that is not in my best interest, because guess what? We have people that rely on us for us to be able to pay their paycheck at the end of the day. So we are always, no matter what, going to do everything in our power to make sure that this community project, business side of thing, everything is always as successful as it possibly can be. Now, the past year obviously was very, very bearish, and that involved us having to dig deeper and deeper into our pockets to be able to fund everything that we did, which is fine. But now the tables have turned, like I said. So it's time for us to really execute and really bring some cool new shit to the table, where now it's like, all right, there is no excuse. There's a lot of people that have interest in the space, and now it's all about timing, right? Like, when's the next spike going to be? Because right now it's a little bit of consolidation, but there's always these spikes in volume that happen, and I think that's when the best time to release some news and release some alpha is when there's blood in the water. So it's better, like I always say, it's better to get prepared early than to try to play catch up, and it's already too late by then. So
Yeah, I
right now, it's
totally
all about
agree.
just
Yeah.
it's a game of chess, man. Like, you
Yeah.
know, sometimes you got to sacrifice your knight or sacrifice your rook in order for your queen to strike. So
Yeah. And it's all about timing, bro. Like you guys know how to time things. For example, like use around when Shiba Inu was dumping, right? When it went down to basically nothing. That you was invested, right, in Shiba Inu at that time. Am I right?
I'm still invested in Shiba Inu at this time. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
But
man.
like, but you guys seen your investments go down to basically probably nothing, right?
I well, not to nothing. The first time around, yeah,
Yeah.
bro. The first time around, my investment was down like 99.8% or some shit like that. Like
Yeah.
it literally was zero. Yeah, let's call it
Yeah.
that. Let's call it that. Yeah.
But what kept you holding? Like as it was dropping, like was you like flipping freaking out? Like how? What was you thinking, bro? Like as you
Well,
seen
back
your.
back to what I said. Like back to what I said, where I was like, okay, I haven't lost anything until I sell. So, you know,
Yep.
that's the mentality that I use. And then it came to a realization when I looked at the portfolio, and I was like, okay, well, it's down 99%. I haven't lost anything until I sold. But obviously, in my head, I'm all like telling myself, all right, well, fuck, dude, you just lost 99 point
Yeah.
whatever percent of your money. And a normal, sane person would be like, all right, well, let me just, you know, cut my losses and move on with my life. But somebody who's kind of like not right in the head, me, would triple down and quadruple down on that, and that's what I did. I didn't know if it's going to be the right or wrong decision, but it's a decision nonetheless that I made, and it changed the whole dynamic of my life. But like I said, man, you can't expect that to happen. Like now that like sometimes I reminisce on it, and it's like I'm not any smarter than the next guy that bought Shiba, right? Like, well, maybe I am because who knows what the next guy is. But what I mean by that is I had no inside info. I had nothing. I had no connection with the team. I had no connection with like knowing what's going to happen next. It's just something that my gut told me to do, and I did it, and it paid off. But it
Yeah.
very well could have done the same thing that it did to me the first time around. But that's just the beauty of like this, the market. It's like it can do anything.
Well, I guess what I'm saying is the majority of the community must have fuddied the shit out of it at that stage, right?
Oh, bro, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? It was nonstop. Like people were people were crying. It was like I don't know if you guys do Wall Street bets like on Reddit, like read the forums and stuff, but people post a lot of gain porn and loss porn is what they call it, where it's like
Yeah.
screenshots of the money they they made or lost.
Oh,
It was all
shit.
just loss porn, bro. Like people were. And the thing is, like, people were down 99% on their investment, right? They were down 99%
Yeah.
on their investment, where their tokens were worth like $5, $10, or whatever, right?
Yep.
And they sold like what is that $5 going to do for you? And they left that position, right, where it's like it's
Yeah.
so dumb. It's
Yep.
so dumb because it's like, okay, you already lost 99%. Why would you like to me it doesn't make sense. So it's like
That's it.
99% or 100%, it's all the same
Yeah.
shit, right? At that 1% is not going to make a difference. But if you just like if they held that 1%, I don't know how much it would have been, but I guarantee you it would have been more than what they lost. So
Or double down like you did, you know?
exactly. Or I don't
Like
know, man. Yeah.
because you guys understand how it works. You understood, like the rest of the dev team, they understood that it's gone down so much. So let's double down, man, because there's a chance that it can turn and it can shoot up. So that's what you done, and I think now is the same phase here with ShibaDoge. In my opinion, I think ShibaDoge is the tokens are down, and now is the time to double down. That's the way I see it, you know what I mean? Like that's exactly what I do, you know what I mean? I'll buy ShibaDoge, I'll buy gold, I want to double down right now. Even people are not buying now thinking, oh my God, it's dropping so much. It's just dropping. It's going down. Like these are opportunities because when it shoots up and it goes to whatever hundreds of millions or billions of market cap, at that stage you're gonna be like crying for it to come back down, and it's not gonna happen. You know what I mean? And these are opportunities that I'm taking. I'm taking these opportunities right now because prices are low right now. Even now, they're still low, and there's opportunities. So I'm like you guys, man. I'm doing my mentality is the same. I don't sell nothing, bro. I don't sell nothing. Like for the 2 years, I haven't sold nothing, bro. I just been buying like whenever I can. I've been buying. You know, I haven't even sold. Even if my token's gone down, flipping 30%, bro. Like I'm like, can I buy? I need to buy some more now. You know what I mean? Buy the dips.
Yeah.
So
Well, look, man. Look, at the end of the day, Roof, like, everybody's circumstances are always different, right? So there is no right or wrong, but there is definitely like a fine line in between it, right? Everybody truly knows what the right way of doing things is, but in a lot of people's circumstances, it's like things happen, emergencies happen. Um, they might need access to liquidity immediately that they didn't need a week ago. So you always have to put those factors into the equation of how people make a decision based on like how they trade and how they invest and um, how they kind of like navigate through the market. So it is what it is. But like at the end of the day, my job is not to kind of dictate the way of how people make their decisions. I never did that and I never will. My job is to be able to kind of just try my best to build and bring to the table and promote and advertise and market and explain to you guys what we're doing, and then help people make a decision on not whether to invest or not, but to be a part of the revolution that we're building, man. So it's like, okay, you might not hear from me on terms of news or on terms of development for quite a while, and then I might just come out of nowhere, come out of the woodwork, and be like, yo, boom, this is what we're doing. Now, a lot of people would be like, what the fuck, why are you doing that? And then a lot of people would be like, hell yeah, well, yeah, I love it, you're doing that. We're never going to be in a place where everyone agrees with the decisions that you make or I make or they make or whatever. That's not the point. There's always going to be a side and a B side, and let's call it a C side where people are neutral and they don't give a shit. They're just like, whatever, do whatever, I don't care. But there's always the people that say, hey, do it like this, and then there's the people that say, hey, do it like that. And I've came to that realization like over the past year and a half, where it's like, okay, we can't please everyone. You just can't. Our job is to just continuously do what we think is right in terms of what we can bring to the table, because that's the only thing that I'm able to control is my decisions, not anybody else's decisions. And do our best to be able to, one, push what we've already currently got, two, focus on bringing new stuff to the table to be able to kind of like expand and progress, and three, being able to kind of like manage the community that we've built around here. Because at the end of the day, like, number one thing is to be able to try to, like I said, we're not going to be able to keep everybody happy, but be able to communicate with people. And I am in no way, shape, or form ever intimidated by any type of question or any type of person or anything in this space, right? So it's like, that's our strength, is to be able to communicate, and our strength is to be able to come up and talk to people and share our thoughts with people on what we want to do, what we should do, what they want to see, what they don't want to see, and then we take that feedback and kind of come up with what we want to do in the future moving forward. But at the end of the day, man, it's like, we are not in the business, like I said, of losing money, just like the rest of the big guys. So every decision that is made moving forward has to be a decision that is going to bring more value to the ecosystem of what we've built. So yeah, man, that's what it is. Like, do not lose faith. Like, don't let people FUD you out of your bags. But also on the flip side of things, sometimes life hits, man, and you just need to make that decision, and you might have to sell when you don't want to, just because you need access to liquidity or whatever. You know, I won't be the one to tell you to do it or not to do it, but I've been in a position like that in my life before, where I had to do something that I didn't want to do and sell something that I didn't want to sell because I needed the money at the time to do it. So I understand the whole aspect of that, and you can't control the way people trade, Roof. That's just how it is.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, yeah, definitely. People that need an emergency, that's a whole different story. I'm just talking about like the general people that who make
Yeah.
decisions based on just the investment, where they don't need the money for any particular reason. It's just they just kind of get footed, you know. Um, they don't understand how investments work, you know, because like right now, yeah, the price of tokens are going down, you know, they've gone down a bit, but you know that's a good thing in my eyes. You know, it's an opportunity to get back in and buy some more, you know. um because these opportunities are gonna go at one stage. They're not gonna. I don't see, like, for example, gold, when the bull run hits, bro, and it goes to where it's gonna go, or Shiba Doge or burn. Is I don't ever believe it's gonna come back down to the current prices that we're seeing. You know.
Look, nothing can ever keep going up forever, right? Like I'll use
Yeah.
Pepe as an example. They peaked at like 2 billion market cap in the peak of the bear market, and now in the prime of like the start of the bull market, they're sitting at like 400 something $1 million. So you know what I'm saying? It's like timing is more prevalent in that case. But yeah, what happens is you create higher lows. You won't you won't just be like, okay, cool, I got to 100 mil. Now I'm going to get to 200 mil. And then the next time I get to 300 mil. And then next time I get to 400 mil. And it's just going to keep going and going. And it's never going to stop. No, at some point, I don't know what that number is for anyone's sake, but at some point, like it hits a certain level. And it's like, okay, that's the cap that it's going to hit at that point, and then it'll create a newer low. Nothing ever goes up forever. Like that's just in anything, stock, crypto,
Yep.
your bank account, and like you might be able to save $10,000, and there are people who are never able to pass that, right? They'll be like, all right, I'm able to save $10,000, and then something happens in my life and I have to spend 3,000, and then I save 10,000 again, and then something happens again, and I can never get past that 10,000. That's how it is in stocks and crypto too, man. Like there's always a hurdle that people and projects hit where it just kind of like bottlenecks them and keeps them at that certain point. Pepe being 2 bill, and then now, consolidating being at 400, ShibaDoge hitting 250 mil, and bottlenecking for whatever reason, it bottlenecked at that point, and then creating near low, and then being where it's at right now. The whole point is like, the difference that we have and the advantage that we have compared to others is we're still here. The other people that bottlenecked and kind of like crashed, they're just like, all right, well, whatever, let's close down shop and do something else. Like, no, we're not in that business to close down shop. We're in the business to keep building. So that's the difference here, man. It's like that. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly, bro. That's what I'm saying. You know, like you guys are just, yeah, you guys are building. You guys are just continuing to do what needs to be done, man. And I just don't see how a project that's got a team like this, that's building, that's got a community like this behind it, that when the time comes, man, how it's not gonna explode, you know, and take off. Like Shiba Inu, bro. Like, look at what Shiba Inu's got. You know what I mean? Like, what did it have? What did it actually have when it took off and went to billions? Like, what did it have, bro?
Nothing. Nothing. What it had was the hype of Dogecoin.
Yeah.
What it had was people that had missed Dogecoin, that didn't, well, not that they missed it, but they didn't want to buy Dogecoin at a $1 billion market cap. And then they saw an advertisement of, hey, we're Shiba, we're the Dogecoin killer. That's how they would, advertise themselves, the Doge killer. People were like, all right, well, fuck it, let's buy this instead. And they bought that, and then obviously it just compounded. And it's like sheep, bro. Right now, look, let me give you guys an example. Right now, if I go to a shopping mall, a busy shopping mall, and there's hundreds or thousands of people there, for example, right? Let's call it hundreds of people just all packed in there, and nothing happens, and I'm just standing there and I just scream, "Oh my God!" and I start running as fast as I can, and there's nothing to be afraid of. Guess what? Guess what's going to happen?
Yeah.
Everybody around me is going to start panicking and running the same direction that I'm running, away.
Exactly. Bro.
Why? They don't even know. They don't know why they're running. They're just running because some guy yelled, "Oh my God!" and started running.
Yeah.
That's what that's just how it works, man. That's how people operate, and you know that's what happened in Shiba. That's what happened in any crypto project you saw that pumped. Is that exact formula? Someone yelled, "Oh my God!" and booked it, and everybody else followed them. So that just that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like I remember seeing their NFTs, like Shiba Inu, their NFTs, bro, and I was looking at it and I was thinking, what the hell, bro? It wasn't even a hand drawn or anything. It was just a digital, computer generated, pixelated NFT, bro. Like that's all it was, and people were buying them for thousands at the time. And I'm like, what? Why are you guys buying a picture? Just like it, man. What does it do? Nothing. It's just a picture, man. Like, doesn't look at what our NFTs do, bro. Like, it's on. There's nothing that can come close to it. Like the way you can breed them, the way you can customize them, and the crates and everything else. Like Shiba Inu didn't have any. They still don't. I mean, their NFTs are just going downhill. Um, burn mechanisms. Their tokens don't have the burn mechanism built in like ours does to Shiba Inu.
Yeah.
There's just so much that you guys are doing, bro. Like, if projects like that can just take off, when they didn't have hardly anything, what are projects like this gonna do when the time comes, bro? That's what I'm thinking. Where it's got so much.
It's all about trying, man. As long as we don't quit, that's it, bro. I mean, look at Bored Ape. They're not the king of the crypto space anymore. I mean, the NFT space anymore. Look at Shiba. They're not the kings of the crypto space anymore. Times change, and somebody who's working to become better eventually gets rewarded with that. So, our time is going to come. It's just not a matter of if, but when.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying, and that's why I try to just accumulate. Because I know it's coming. I don't know when it's coming, but I know it's coming. It doesn't matter if it comes. For me personally, it doesn't matter when it comes. I know some people like, oh, when marketing, when this, when that, like they want everything done right now. I'm like, bro, I don't really care, man. If it takes a year, it takes a year. If it takes 2 years, it takes 2 years. If it takes 3 years, whatever, man, it's gonna take as long as it takes, but it's going to come. I know that. You know what I mean? And my job is what if I can, if I after paying all my expenses or whatever, then if I can, I gotta buy, and if I don't, then that's gonna be my downfall, so that's what I do. So like marketing and all that, bro, like you guys know when to time everything, do it, when to do it, when's the best times. You guys are obviously looking at the market conditions, like you were just talking, you're telling us like the market's looking better, everything's, compared to last year. So you guys are obviously monitoring everything, when to market. So I'm not worried, like at all, I'm just chilled, bro. And I think everyone else in the community should think the same way, because if you keep looking at the chart every day, like a lot of the people are, and they're like, "Oh, Ruth," in the DM, like, "Call me now." I swear, bro. Like people message me and tell me to call them to discuss the chart, bro. Like, why is it dropped like a little bit? You know what I mean? Like, is there something wrong, bro?
Roof, 1 second. I'm sorry to cut you off, but I just got a message from the team. So Doge Army and Shiba Army are live and good to go. I'll share the links here in a few minutes. But So here's the extra news. I'll read it out to you guys. There are 544 ShibaDoge Army currently still in season 3, I believe. And as soon as we launch Cyberia for the ShibaDoge Army for the bread NFTs, people will not be able to withdraw their ShibaDoge armies from season 3 until we deploy a future contract update. So we're just, in order for that to not happen, we're not going to make the ShibaDoge army live to be able to go into the next Warzone yet, just because we don't want people to get locked into season 3 until that contract update comes live. So they're saying that will probably take me a few days or up to a week to do. So we'll make some type of announcement on that when the ShibaDoge army will be able to be deployed. But Doge army and Shiba army will be able to be deployed currently as of right now. So I'll go ahead and I'll get back on the call with them here in a minute, get all the links and everything, and make a pinned message. But just so we're clear, the ShibaDoge support for it, the ShibaDoge army support for it, will probably come within the next week. So that's the news I got right now.
Nice to hear, man, that we're live. Site's live. So everyone, when gas is low, I mean, even last season, bro, like a lot of people, like not a lot, well, some people are saying that, the gas was too high. I put it in a certain gas, and now I didn't make much profit. But you guys, you gotta obviously look at the gas prices when you're deploying them. Don't put like I remember the gas was 60 gwei at that time, bro. Like I waited till it came to 15. It took a couple of weeks, but it did come down.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, okay, it's come to 15 gwei now. I can deploy them, and I actually made money by deploying my NFTs. So it's I don't know why people rush so much, man. They go crazy. Like you know how you guys announce something and everyone's just like, I need to do it immediately. Like you even saying to people, yo, chill out, guys, no rush. Just wait till gas comes down. But crypto, bro, is crazy, man.
All right, guys. Yo, Roof, I'm gonna get off. I'm gonna get back on the
Alright,
call
bro.
with the rest of the guys, and we're gonna get this thing live and good to go. And I'll share the links here in a bit. I'll also put a write up for the ShibaDoge army stuff so that people don't get confused when those links are shared. You will still be able to deploy your ShibaDoge army. It's just that'll come next week. But the Doge army and Shiba armies will be good to go.
Nice.
And if you have ShibaDoge army NFTs still in season 3, it would be appreciated if you guys withdrew those, because that would just make our jobs a little easier in terms of what the future contract update that the guy has to build. So you don't have to, but if you do, it'll make our jobs a little easier. But anyway, thank you guys for tuning in today. I will be dropping some links here shortly within the next 10 to 30 minutes or so, and that'll pretty much direct you guys to Warzone Cyberia, and you guys could do your thing. I appreciate everybody. I love you guys as always, and I won't leave without the punchline. So if you miss Doge, that sucks. If you miss Shiba, that also sucks. If you miss ShibaDoge and everything else that we got going on in the ecosystem, you might as well get it tattooed on your forehead that you suck, because you do. Oh man. All right, guys. Yo, hey, I'll talk to you guys. I love you guys. If you need me, I'll be in the chat. I won't be looking right now because I'm gonna hop on another call, but I will be back in the chat within the next 15-20 minutes. Just write to me, tag me, and I will be there for you. So peace out.
Love, peace.